Alright guys, this is James Holt back with another video. I've stopped doing the daily uploads, as you may have noticed in the last few days. I sort of ran out of content that I could just keep churning out on the one hand, and also I noticed that these longer videos, the more toned down sort of podcast style videos, they were very popular. They did a lot better than the shorter daily videos. So I think, I'm not quite sure yet, but I think in the future there are going to be fewer videos but longer and not necessarily higher quality but better thought out videos. So I used to just record videos one take and upload, got a lot of good content out. I think I was able to help a lot of people, but in the future I do want to really take some time to plan out these videos and give it more of a structure. Probably still going to do these one take recordings just because I like to get more content out rather than making it really perfect or whatever. I just think that's how I can serve more people and give more value to you. You guys care about my content, my insight, not the high quality, not the great video editing, obviously not my beautiful cartoon avatar that you are staring at right now. So anyway, on to the topic of today's video. Shopify gurus. A lot of these Shopify gurus you see on YouTube or anywhere else, they possibly, or I presume, they make more money from selling their courses than they do from actual dropshipping. I set up a little poll on Twitter asking people whether they thought a Shopify YouTuber was a scammer if he made more money from teaching, or if he makes more money from teaching than he does with his actual stores. Now let this little poll run for 24 hours, got quite a few responses, and it came out 52% said yes, 48% said no. That's over 122 votes, and it's about 50-50, but it shows that clearly a lot of people think that as an expert you are a scammer if you make more from teaching than with the actual methods that you teach. And in my opinion, and a few people also weighed in on this, that is absolutely false, and I will tell you why here just in a minute. First of all, I'm not trying to attack anyone on YouTube. I'm not talking about anyone specifically. Honestly, it's mostly about myself, because I'm going to start selling my course soon, and it begs the question, if I do really well, and I obviously hope that this course does well, then I will probably make at least as much, if not more, with the course than I do with dropshipping. However, you as a beginner, you cannot start selling a course unless you mastered some business model, or not mastered, but at least you're good at, you're making money in some other way. You can't create a course first. You have to make money with something else first, and then later teaching others. I think that's a good business model, because there are tons of people who want to make money online, and if you can fill that niche with good information and you help people for free, provide lots of value with your free content, then a subset of those people will want to buy a premium course that teaches them even more, or teaches them step by step, or teaches them more efficiently, whatever you may provide. So this is really about me, so I'm not talking about anyone else. I'm not trying to say anyone is or is not a scammer. Anyway, so about half of you said an expert who makes more from teaching than from the methods is a scammer, and in my opinion that is absolutely wrong. A scammer is someone who lies about results, which I think we should also get onto in a minute, or someone who doesn't refund the way he says he will. So if you say you've got a 60-day refund policy and you just don't refund people, then you are a scammer. That is very unethical. If you have blatantly false sales pitches, that's also a scam in my opinion. If you promise results, I think that's sketchy. I think you're certainly on a very grey line. You can never promise any financial results. I think that's probably illegal, but at the very least it's unethical. You can see the Tai Lopez ads, all the revenue screenshots, all the promises he makes, all the fancy cars and homes he shows. At the bottom, there's, I believe, always a disclaimer saying that these results are not typical. We can't promise any sort of guarantee in terms of financial return, and I'm sure there's a legal reason for him doing that. He's not doing that to boost his conversions, that's for sure. So promising a certain result in terms of a financial return is unethical to illegal. That makes you a scammer as well. Making more from your teaching than from your methods does not make you a scammer, in my opinion. Think about it this way. Right now, as of the 9th of April, also the 9th of March, same would be true for 1 month ago, I made more from dropshipping and from niche sites and from everything else I do than I did from teaching. Because, well, essentially I made nothing from teaching because I was just putting out this free content for you to consume and to build a bit of an audience. I made zero from teaching. Actually, I made a loss because I made some investments, bought a mic and stuff like that. My dropshipping stores were profitable, my niche sites are profitable, all that stuff I make money from, but not from teaching. So at that point, if I released a course, I would not be a scammer according to this definition. But now, I put out a really good course, and because my course is so good, lots of people buy it. They tell you their friends about it, maybe they post in a Facebook group about it, maybe they recommend it to someone else, and through that sort of word of mouth marketing, and of course my own marketing as well, the course becomes more popular and more people buy it. Of course, this is the ideal situation. That is what I want to happen. I want to sell a lot of this course. Suddenly I'm making good money with this course. Now, just because my course is good and people are buying it, loving it, recommending it to others, suddenly I'm making more money from the course than I am from my dropshipping stores. Am I now suddenly a scammer because my course is good and because people are buying it and recommending it to others? Obviously that makes no sense at all. And yes, this is a bit more of an extreme example. It's not just word of mouth marketing, I get that, but just this simple example should show that just because you make more from your course than from your methods does not make you a scammer. I used to be very skeptical of anyone selling courses. I didn't buy any of these expensive courses for a long time myself, and well, I mean honestly, I started making money a long time before I ever bought a course, not with dropshipping but with niche sites. I don't think courses are for everyone. I think there are some people who will probably buy my course who shouldn't, who would be better off learning for free and keeping that money to invest in a business or whatever. I think courses are only the right option for a small subset of my audience and everyone else's audience as well. Probably a bit too often people just buy a course because they think or they've been led to believe that that's an easy way out, when in reality it's just a streamlined version of the information you could get elsewhere, perhaps with some extra information that isn't available anywhere. But the course is not going to unlock magic money-making funnels. It just isn't. It will teach you stuff and hopefully it will save you a bunch of time and set you up for success in whatever business model the course is about. However, the course is not magical in any way. You can make money with the course, you can make money without the course. On the topic of results, so we've said people who lie about results are scammers, and there I say absolutely. And I used to be, put it this way, way back, so say 3 or 4 years ago, I used to be very skeptical of any claims of online income. Honestly, I thought most people claiming to make money online were lying. I was only 14, 15 at the time, so I was a little naive perhaps, but I know a lot of you feel that way as well, and you think this is all just some dream that people sell you. But making on money online isn't really possible, or at least it's not possible for normal people like you or like me, when in fact, of course, it is. After that phase of being very skeptical, I then became very trustworthy of everyone, just because, I was 16, I was 17 years old, something like that, and I started making money. And I just thought, well, if I can do this, and I saw what I was doing, and there was nothing special about it, there was nothing hard, nothing magical, no secret tricks to what I was doing, and yet I was making good money every single month, working part-time from home as a 17-year-old. So I started believing everyone's claims. I thought, if I'm doing this, surely there are people making 10 times as much, 100 times as much, whatever you may have. So I went from being way too skeptical to being way too trustworthy. And as always, or as usual, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. When you look on YouTube now, unfortunately, especially in this Shopify niche, selling these courses has become very popular. The YouTube Shopify niche is filled with a lot of young guys who supposedly, or who claim to make good money, and of course they all have the revenue screenshots to back it up. And I used to trust these guys just because, not because I know them or not because I like their videos or anything like that. I just trusted everyone because I make money with dropshipping, so there was nothing unbelievable, untrustworthy about their claims of making money. Even if they made twice as much, even if they made 10 times as much as me, there was nothing unbelievable about that to me, because I really do believe there are better dropshippers than me. Be very arrogant to say anything else. So I believed all these guys until recently. I saw a video, and I'll link it down below. It's a series of videos by one guy, and he just shows how easy it is to fake these revenue screenshots. Or actually, the screenshots aren't faked, you can create orders in the back end of Shopify. And honestly, I didn't know this. I would never even be creative enough to come up with this idea, this way of creating orders, and you have to span them out over a period of time so that it looks natural. Create all these orders, these fake orders, with nothing behind them, so that you have the fake revenue in Shopify. You can take the screenshot and post it for your YouTube thumbnail, or as proof, quote unquote, of your earnings and your knowledge. Now, just because it's possible, of course, doesn't mean that any single person is doing it. However, it is so easy. And when you watch the video, you realize how easy it is. There's just no way that none of these YouTube gurus are doing it. Don't know who is, there's no way of telling who is and who isn't, but some of them must be doing it. And this is one of the reasons I've decided I'm no longer going to post my own revenue screenshots. First of all, they're not terribly spectacular compared to what you see from other people's earnings. Second of all, I like my privacy. I don't share my income just because that's not what I do. The motto, the slogan is credibility through content. I don't care whether you believe me or not. Watch my content. I put out this free stuff. Watch it, listen to it, hear what I have to say, consider it, weigh it with your own experiences, and decide for yourself whether you think I'm for real or not. I think if you're a smart guy and you have just a little bit of experience with Shopify or with online business in general, then hopefully you can sense that I actually do this stuff. I do this stuff every day, and I'm not just regurgitating stuff I heard on Hayden Bowles' channel or wherever else. So that's the slogan. That's why I am in the future no longer sharing any revenue screenshots, even though they are very popular. What I might do is I might put up some screenshots of students of mine, because although those could also be faked, at least there's an extra person behind it. So you can contact that person, ask them about it. So it's not just my word, it's my word and someone else's word for it. So that's one way where you at least have someone else's backing who doesn't know me, or at least isn't financially motivated to lie to get attention to my YouTube videos. So that is just about all I have to say on that. Went a little bit off topic there at the end with the credibility through content motto and the scammer topic. I was a little taken aback when I first saw how easy it was to fake these revenue screenshots. I've since been told, by the way, that you can also just manually edit the HTML on these web pages. I haven't tried this, I don't know how to do this, and I'm also not sure whether this works specifically with Shopify, but I've been told by guys who know code and know how to do this stuff that you could just write anything you want into a web page. So you can change a web page in your own browser locally, of course, and then take the screenshot of that. Not sure whether that would work with these revenue screenshots, but again, when you're seeing things online, just keep that in mind. Just before we end this video or podcast, I'd like to add that credibility through content, that's a motto I've chosen for myself, but it's also the way I recommend you evaluate other sources of information. Before you take anyone's advice, and especially before you pay someone for a course or for mentorship, consume their free content. See what they have to say, see how believable they are. See whether they actually know what they're doing, not based on their cool car, not based on their girlfriend or their whatever. Base it solely on the content they put out. Is this stuff that you can't find anywhere else, or that you haven't heard this way before? If someone's making videos that are already on other YouTube channels just with slightly different wording, then chances are high that either he isn't very original, and I've sort of fallen prey to this as well myself, that I copied popular YouTube titles, but at least in the content I did my own thing. But if people are doing videos that are very similar to videos on other channels, taking them as quote unquote inspiration, but in fact just ripping them off, then that should throw up a red flag for you, and I certainly wouldn't buy a course from someone like that. So before you buy anything, whether it's from me or from anyone else, always consume the free content. That is the only way that you can reliably say whether someone is for real. Their lifestyle on Instagram, their cars, their nice house, their Shopify screenshots, all of that means nothing. All of it can be faked, imitated, whatever. So content. Look at people's content to decide whether you should trust them. I hope that helps you a little bit if you're trying to figure out who to trust online and who not to take advice from. If you're looking for a course, I don't currently sell one yet, but it is ready. There are students in it. The initial feedback is great, which kind of motivated this video, because if it keeps selling this well as it did in the pre-sale, then there is a good chance I will eventually make more from my courses than I make from everything else combined. So that sort of inspired the video. Anyway, the official launch date is the 25th of April. If you want to get this course, and the reason you would want to get this course is because you trust my advice, you've received value from my free videos, and you want to get even more value, you want to get some stuff that is not on the YouTube channel, and you want to save time by getting it all in a structured format from A to B in a straight line, instead of having to dig all through this YouTube channel to piece it together. Those are the reasons to buy my course or any other legitimate person's course. If you're interested in that, official launch date is the 25th of April. We're doing a launch week. Starting price is $297, and then we're going to slowly increase until the end of the month during that launch week. So if you want to get a reminder for that, and if you want to get the discount codes as well, just go to my website, startsellingstuff.com, sign up for the email list there, and make sure you confirm your email address as well, so that you get the emails when I start sending out the discount codes for the big launch. Anyway, that's all I have to say for that today in this somewhat longer video with this new format I'm testing out. Thank you all very much for watching, listening, and of course just trusting me enough to spend your time, your valuable time, listening to me ramble. If you enjoyed this little talk on Shopify Gurus, please do subscribe to the channel and like the video. I will see you guys in that next video. Peace.